Hey, what is up guys? It is Breezy Reads back with another Reddit video for y'all today. Today we're going to be reading off the subreddit r/cheatersconfronted. We've got some really juicy stories for y'all. I hope you enjoy. Do you think it's okay for my girlfriend to hang out with a guy friend even though I don't hang out with my female friends? So my girlfriend today went out and hung out with a guy friend. They went bowling and went to eat. But when I told her let's go bowling, she always says, "You went with your friends, so no." Even though I went once with my cousin, a cousin who was visiting from Mexico, and a friend who was hanging out with my first cousin. But she says yes when the guy friend asked her. I said, "Let's hang out today," but she completely ignored my messages even though she has an Apple Watch that works. I confronted her how it's disrespectful to me for doing that, even though not once have I hung out with my female friends at all since we started dating, which is almost 3 years. But for her, she thinks she's right and did nothing wrong. She's asking me to apologize because I confronted her. She's calling me an a-hole while she's the mean one. So who's in the wrong here? Note, I don't text any other girl except her, but she takes other guys from work from time to time and they send each other videos or memes. Honestly, the way I see it, this dude only has two options. One, they can talk about it and find some mutual ground, and if that doesn't happen, it's time to get out of there because she is a walking red flag. How are you going to tell your boyfriend no, but you're going to make time for your guy friend? Yeah, that's just unacceptable. Wife of 2 years caught cheating. So it's kind of a long story and I'm on a cell phone, so it all went down in September. My wife out of nowhere had decided that we should move across the state for her job. Her job could be done anywhere, but she definitely needed to move to this specific town. We went about putting our house up for sale on contingency, and I had applied for another job that would possibly be hiring in 6 months and paid quite a bit more. We had tons of animals and plans were made for moving them. The kids were hers and another man's, so plans were set in place for visitation and permission was gotten for the move. She would start driving the 5 hours every weekend to look at the houses we found, and I would take care of the animals and kids on the weekends when she did this. She hired a realtor that she knew from work as a loan officer, and we finally found a house we liked. Everything was set to go and we were closing in 10 days on the new house. That's when she informed me that since we were struggling in our relationship, she would like me to stay with my mother on this side of the state until I got my new job in 6 months and we can work on our relationship from afar. We had a long talk about it, and during that night, I got a feeling that something was up and got suspicious. So I pulled the memory card on her dash cam. Multiple conversations with a man about how much she loves him and hinting at having him move into the new house. Multiple conversations of her belittling me and talking about how much she can't wait until they are together. So I decided I would not be signing the paperwork on the new house. 2 days later, I got a call from her friend's husband who wanted to let me know she was cheating and who it was. It was the realtor that she hired. So she was planning on having me co-sign on a house for her and her new boyfriend, and then also have him make about $12,000 off the whole thing. After finding out about who it was, I called and informed his wife. She was happy for the heads up, and now they are also divorced, and she got their savings. So now my ex-wife is stuck living with him in their 5th wheel. She couldn't have her 3 kids in a 1-bedroom 5th wheel, so she had to give up custody to their loving father. We couldn't keep the animals because our house did sell for very little because she was desperate to move, and he's about to get a very big fine from the Realtors Association for an ethical violation. Lastly, his wife and I had a lot in common, so now we are dating and taking it very slow. Well, it looks like what goes around comes around. You want to cheat and play those games? Well, it comes right back around and it takes all your money and your happiness. I hope it was worth it. Found a used condom wrapper in our bedroom. I, 25M, have been living with my girlfriend, 24F, for 2 years now. We've been together since high school. 3 years ago, I discovered that she had been having an affair with her coworker. I don't know the full extent of what happened between them, but I had seen some texts between them and I confronted her about it. She agreed to stop talking to him, but I have noticed that she has kept in touch with him over the last 2 years as I would occasionally see a text or call from him. 4 months ago, I came home early from work to surprise her and found him in the house. They weren't in bed or anything, they were just talking. They were fully clothed. But this led to a huge fight between us and I told her to decide if she wanted me or him. She told me she only wants me and can't see herself with anyone else. She promised to cut all contact with him. Since then, I haven't seen any texts or calls from him, and I had also had him blocked on social media. Yesterday, I found a used condom wrapper under our bed while cleaning. I'm certain I never bought this one as it's a different brand and color to the ones we have used. I don't know what to do now. My mind is running through all these possibilities, but I don't want to accuse her of something if nothing happened. Is there any reasonable explanation for this? It really sucks when somebody really wants to give a person the benefit of the doubt, but there is simply no way around it, that she's cheating and she's, continuing to have an affair even though she is in a relationship with this man, and it's hard to see him not be able to let go. Let me tell you something. I stayed with my husband for far too long. He lied about his online activity and fetishes when he was young, and I had a gut feeling that never changed even as we got older, and I forgave him for the first time. No one believed me. They told me that he was young and was a nice guy overall, to give him another chance. But I was right. I caught him again. He lied to me through having 2 kids with him and me asking him to his face if he was still doing it. I looked him dead in the face and he said he wasn't, and gave me a kiss. And even when I caught him again, people still told me to try and work it out. Not everyone this time, but still a few people who had ulterior motives. Me divorcing him would make them look bad. Let me tell you, you need to be careful with who you trust. And he's really shown his true side now that he thinks it's over. Abusive towards me and aggressive even if I'm near the kids. I'm particularly scared for them. I should have listened to my gut the first time, and you should too, because other people don't know the whole story and may even have ulterior motives. I have been with this man for 11 years. I don't regret them because I have grown so much as a person. He gave me 2 beautiful children, and I recognize my self-worth and have grown spiritually. My biggest fear is how my kids will be affected, but I don't think they will benefit by us staying together. I want to use my experience to help him warn others. Listen to your gut. I can't imagine being with someone for 11 years and then having to get away from them because of infidelity. It must hurt so bad, and my heart goes out to them. I just found out my mother has been cheating on my dad for years, and I don't know what to do. I don't even know where to begin with this. My parents' relationship has had its rocky moments, but the past couple of years it seemed fine. I've always had my suspicions about maybe she's cheating on my dad because her behavior is very sketchy sometimes, but until today I always thought she was a little eccentric. Without going into too much detail, I've been cheated on in the past, so I know how it feels. The thought of my dad having to go through that, what I went through, it breaks my heart. And they've been together for over 20 years. He's given her his whole heart and the world, and even more than that. He's been over backwards for her so many times. I've been a bit suspicious of my mom for some time now, but I just dismissed that pitiful feeling in my gut as me being paranoid or projecting my insecurity on her. She has always been very shady, going on random walks, not telling us specifics, and when asked, you could hear in her voice it was all kind of BS she was making up on the spot. She has always had a big problem with me holding her phone, always grabbing it away. I guess I never fully put 2 and 2 together. Today she left her phone in the washroom, and something in my gut told me to go look at her Facebook messages. I was shocked at what I found. What drew me to open the message was that you could see the last message sent was 3 kissy faces. I read the messages, I just kept scrolling and scrolling, and it was never ending, and with each word I just kept shaking more and more. It was a disgusting realization. I don't know what to do. Do I confront her? This will tear my family apart. Do I tell my dad first? I'm scared and I don't know what to do in this situation. How do I approach it? I've never had to confront anyone about knowing they were being cheated on. I never thought I would need to do that to my own parents. I feel broken. I feel so betrayed. I can't imagine how my dad will react. I can't even imagine the heartbreak OP felt finding out that her own mom was cheating on her father. I know that's something so difficult to find out, and having to go through that and figuring out how to navigate it yourself is even harder. I, 21 male, found out that my partner, 20 female, lied about where she was. We've been together for 3 years. A couple days ago, after I got home from work, I checked my partner's location because she didn't work today and I was wondering where she was. I noticed she was at an unfamiliar house, so I called her and asked her where she was. She lied and said she's just leaving the shops now. There's no shops near her location. She was in a cul-de-sac. Also, coincidentally, she was getting to her car while I was calling her and wouldn't answer her FaceTime for around 5 to 10 minutes. She's lied about where she was before, and the past times I asked her about it, she turned the conversation around on me and started listing a bunch of mistakes or things that I've done that she doesn't like. Because of this, I'm not sure if I want to confront her because I don't want to lose her. Then again, I get the feeling she's cheating because why lie about where you are unless you're hiding something? So the question I'm asking is, should I confront her? If so, what would be the best way? Honestly, if she's already lying to you about where she is and she's not being truthful with you, then you shouldn't be worried about losing her because you've already lost her. She's already comfortable lying to you, and so that's a huge red flag and a reason to step out of the relationship. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you aren't already subscribed, please do that. It would help me out a lot. Thank you everybody for tuning in today, and I will see y'all in the next one.